As governor, will you provide state-funded salary increases to sheriff's deputies to attain a state-funded starting salary level of 42,000 with corresponding raises to all deputies and non-sworn staff members?
Again, the short answer is yes. The longer answer is we need to find a way to get there. And let me just expand on this a bit. I believe that right now, with the surplus that's available to Virginia, we should enact a $5,000 state bonus in order to Virginia. That bonus could be paid out over 3 years in chunks. But we should absolutely do something right now in order to retain the very qualified and experienced deputies that we have across Virginia. But on top of that, we have to move to increase salaries. I will tell you, is $42,000 the exact right number? I want to work with all of you to make sure that we have the right number and how we get there. I do believe that all jurisdictions need to find a way to chip in to help, but it's got to be led by the state. And so you can count on me to go to work to increase compensation so that this is not just a moment where all of you put your life on the line every day, but you also don't have to have the just ridiculous financial sacrifice that deputies are having to make in order to serve Virginians. So we're going to go to work to get salaries up. We're going to go to work to make sure that people are compensated appropriately. And you can count on me for that. And this is one of the things that I think is, by the way, as I've heard from so many deputies, this is not the first thing they raise with me. It's not the first thing they raise with me. And therefore, it reflects the heart of all of you, that while your personal interest is to get compensation up, first things I hear from people are, we must protect qualified immunity. We must, in fact, repair our mental health system. We must be able to preemptively or preventatively police. These are the things that I hear over and over again, and then it's compensation. So while you hear from me very, very clearly, I will work in order to get compensation up, and we will get it to the right level so that we can retain people and compensate people fairly. And I will work with you to $42,000 is the right number. Let's get there. But I also wanted to know that I so appreciate the heart of all of the men and women that serve across Virginia that, in fact, aren't focused right out of the box on their own personal interests, but are most focused on making sure that they have not just protective legal framework around qualified immunity, but they're able to better operate in a broken mental health system, that they're able to preemptive police and proactively police as opposed to reactively police, and that they can have all the tools and equipment they need to protect Virginians. So again, sorry for the elaboration on the answer, but I think it's important. We need to get salaries up. We will work to do that because we must. And I look forward to working with this association in order to get that done.
All right, thank you for that.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir. Sheriff Draper.
Yes, can I add a little bit to that question?
Sure.
Glenn, I'm sheriff in Martinsville.
Hello, sir.
How do? City sheriff, not law enforcement. In your view, is a deputy sheriff, whether they're a court deputy, a jail deputy, or civil process deputy, as well as law enforcement?
Yes, sir, they are. And I think that when we're talking about salaries that are too low for people to, in fact, even raise their family, we have to raise salaries for all deputies.
Okay, thank you. And I just the jail is a stressful place to work, and a lot of times they get overlooked. A lot of times, as I've said many times, I started in the jail, and I know that a lot of times officers on the street, they wrestle with these people, they get them in jail, and guess who has to put up with them for the eternity after that? It's the jail officers. And they're in jail 12 hours a day along with the inmates. So it's a lot of times they're forgotten, and a lot of times we just hear that there's not enough funding to fund the jail officers and the road officers. But I hope that you would treat them all the same.
Thank you for that comment. So if you heard my answer, yes, I think we have to bring up salaries equally for all of them, for all deputies. I do think we also must in fact utilize resources that should exist in counties as well. So this is going to need to be a cooperative effort. And I know that every county has different resource capabilities. But we're going to go to work in order to lead on this topic in order to bring salaries up for everyone.